Hi, students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Budapest here in the heart of Europe. I hope everybody has had a great week and is looking forward to a most excellent weekend. Hi, Amarjeet. Today in this class, we are going to focus on speaking part 2, the cue card, the dreaded long part of the speaking section. We're going to do a Band 9 example, and as usual, our lesson is supported and coming from our premium websites, aehelp.com for the academic version of the test, and for the general, check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have loads of materials to help you improve your band scores, find your weaknesses, make them into strengths, and get ready for your next exam. This is a members chat class. Everybody is welcome to watch. We will have an all chat class coming up in 90 minutes. If you haven't yet, be sure to get our app from your Google Play or Apple App Store. Look for our shield and type and search for Academic IELTS Help. You'll get our app. You can link the app with our websites. Our websites look like this, by the way. This is the academic with the blue background at AE Help. Click the red button to join. And the general looks like this with the green background. Click that red button to join us there. If you have questions about the exam, about our products, we are here to help you. Send me an email, Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at aehelp.com. Hi Sheng Hung, hi Preeti, hi Zainab. There are some more of our members joining in, which is fantastic. Again, in this class, focuses on speaking part 2, and following this class, we will have speaking part 3, which will be related to speaking part 2's topic. So if you can, members, make sure to hang around for the next class as well to get a complete speaking part 2 and part 3 practice in today. Now, just a little bit of a change this week compared to other weeks. No class tomorrow, so no class on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, but I have put an extra class in on Tuesday. So on Tuesday the 8th, we will continue with a speaking part 1. So make sure you take note of that schedule. It's also in the YouTube community board on our channel. All right, now we're starting to get a good number of members into the class. Hi Kamlesh, hi Amar. Let's get into the speaking part 2. Of course, make sure to speak. So typing is really good, members. Of course, share your answers, your thoughts, your ideas. As well, make sure to speak. So speak and repeat. Okay, speak and repeat. When you hear me say questions, answers, statements, repeat me. Okay, repeat my Canadian accent, my West Coast Canadian accent, and take notes. If you hear some new words, some new grammar, new vocabulary, write it down, learn it, practice it, say it, record it on your phone, listen back to it, okay? All right, here we go. So step number 1, what is step number 1, members? So you're in your speaking section, you're maybe hopefully not as nervous now, you've gone through part 1, and the examiner says, okay, that is the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, here's a card with some questions on it. Please don't turn it over. Here's some note paper. Here's a pencil. You will have 1 minute to think about your answers. You can take notes in the 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. So take a deep breath, turn over the card. What's your first step? What do you do first? should have these words in your mind, like a sign, a neon sign flashing as you turn over this card, and that sign is flashing that step number 1 is, and it is what? What is it? Amar, Kamlesh, what's your first step? What should you always do as step number 1 when you turn over that card? Okay, Amar says identify the topic. Sheng Hung says identify the topic. Amar says think about what kind of question is this. Yeah, those are kind of coming up after. The very first step, ladies and gents, is always to read the card very carefully. Okay, especially the first sentence, which contains the topic and controlling idea. Okay, so very carefully, a lot of students rush reading the question. So do not rush reading the card. That's very dangerous. If you go off topic, your score will decrease, guaranteed. You'll lose a band score if you go off topic in part 2. Okay, if you talk about the wrong idea. So let's do that. So talk about an item you often have with you when you leave home. Okay, so that sentence especially, I'm paying very, very careful attention to. What's an item? What is an item? What is it? When and where did you get it? What do you use it for? So you read the questions carefully. Why do you take it with you? And how do you feel when you leave it at home or maybe somewhere else? Okay, interesting question. So Sheng Hung says an item is an object. Very clearly, yeah, it's an object. That's right, Zainab. So an item is an object. So we're talking about an object here. That's our step number 2, is identify whether you're talking about an object, a place, a person, or an event. Okay? So no matter what cue card you're looking at, 99% that you're going to be talking about either an object, a place, a person, an event, or an idea. Each of these 5, object, place, person, event, idea, have a specific set of information that you have to include to have clear, coherent communication. Okay, so here we know that the topic is an object. Very good. Now, step 3, focus on the controlling idea around the object or around the topic, and choose 3. Let's just say 3. I say 2 to 5, but let's keep it simple. 3 good ideas for a possible answer. Then select one that is somewhat unique and easy to talk about. Okay, so try to choose one that not everybody else that day in the IELTS exam is going to choose. So clearly a mobile phone would be the worst choice here. Why? So why would it be really bad to choose mobile phone? I mean, it's not the end of the day, but it wouldn't be my top choice, mobile phone. Why would mobile phone not be a good pick for this one? So Yvonne says it's too obvious. And Shang Hung says everybody's talking about mobile phones. Yeah, so the examiners are objective as possible, but when you choose an item that everybody's choosing and everybody's talking about, it's virtually impossible for the examiners not to have some kind of comparison between the different candidates that come into that room. Okay, so mobile phone is a bad choice. Bad because everyone is likely choosing it. And it's kind of tricky to talk about this mini little pocket computer. Okay. Oftentimes, students actually get into some really confusing language when they talk about their mobile phone. They get too excited. They start to use some really specific words about different applications like Instagram that they use. They don't explain those words. So not always the best idea. Okay, I did see some other really good suggestions there by some students. So Yvonne says, my car keys. Now, Yvonne, I would probably generalize it a little bit more. My keys. Okay. So just keys, right? If you say car keys, Yvonne, you're pigeonholing yourself. So you're putting yourself into a very narrow conversation topic, and you might run out of ideas. You might get into repetition. If you say keys in general, that might include keys to your house, keys to your car, keys to your safety deposit box. So there's a lot more that you can explain and express if you say keys. Okay, so keys is not bad. Watch is a good idea. So like a wristwatch, right? Wallet is a very good one. Absolutely, Amar Wadi. Umbrella, Zainab, is, I don't know. I guess if you live in a very rainy part of the world, then maybe the umbrella. But I think, Zainab, umbrella is a little bit too specific. Shang Hung says water bottle. Water bottle is a very clever response, I think, here for this one. Shang Hung, I think that's a very smart choice. Kazim Devesi, welcome to our group of members. Be sure to send me an email when you have a chance later today about your membership level, which level you are, and I can give you your perks. Okay, welcome to the class. Feel free to participate. All right. So keys, a watch, wallet, water bottle. Those are some really good answers. Shang Hung says reusable chopsticks. Yeah, so that's possible as well, especially if you're in an Asian country. So reusable chopsticks. Sure, that can work as well. Let's see. I think I saw a couple other ones. Amar Wadi says maybe a laptop as well. Okay. Yeah, sure. So a laptop might be a good answer if you really want to talk about some kind of a digital device. Okay, very good. So keys, watch, wallet, water bottle, reusable chopsticks, and laptop. I think we have some great picks there. Amar, tablet, I might stay away from it. It's kind of close to a mobile phone, really. Okay, good. So now, obviously, we have to pick one. Which one do you want to pick out of all of these? So let's see if we can get a majority vote, and then we'll go with the majority vote. Okay? Camera could be a good one, Zainab. Camera could be a very good one as well. Absolutely. Kamlesh, handkerchief. Absolutely. Even some kinds of jewelry, like a necklace or a ring, a wedding ring, for example. Those could be possible choices as well. So the more you practice, students, thinking critically about choices, the better you become at thinking quickly of a variety of ideas. But anyway, this is fine. So this is good here, okay? Keys, watch, wallet, water bottle, reusable chopsticks, and laptop. The camera seemed to have stopped there. Just give me 1 second. I'll get you back. No problem. Not sure why it fell asleep on me, but get a quick glance at my daughter a few months after she was born back in 2016. And a few extra seconds to think about your choices. Okay, so Amarjeet says specs. I think you're thinking of glasses, right? Glasses or sunglasses could be a very good choice as well. Absolutely. Okay, so Kazim says, let's go with wallet. Zainab says, let's go with water bottle. Kazim, thank you so much for your positive comment. Shang Hung says, let's do water bottle. Zainab says, let's do water bottle. Okay, so we've got a couple of votes for water bottle. I'm good to go with that. Oh, now we're tied with wallet and water bottle. Both of those are actually very good picks. Preeti says watch. Kamlesh says wallet. Okay. All right. Water bottle. So it seems like water bottle and wallet are some top picks, clearly, for you students. We'll choose, let's go with water bottle for the class, and then I'll challenge you for homework to redo this part 2 and do it with wallet. Okay, how does that sound? So for the class, we'll do water bottle. And later on, when you have a chance for homework, redo with wallet. Wallet would be a good choice. Okay, absolutely. I think there's a lot that you can say with a wallet. Water bottle is maybe a little bit more challenging than wallet. That's why I'm choosing water bottle for the class, just so that you can see how that works. Okay, so my next step, obviously, and these are happening quickly, is to take notes. So take some valuable notes that you can use in your 2 minutes. Okay. So we didn't talk about this before, but of course, what should okay, so let's see how you do here, members, thinking about your notes. So we're doing water bottle. We're taking some notes. You probably can write about 8 or 9 lines of 2 to 3 words. Okay, so your valuable notes should be 8, 9 lines of 2 to 3 word notes. That's about the maximum that you'll have time for in the 1 minute, as long as you're going through these steps. What should be your first note? So what would be a good note to write down? Okay. What would be a good first note? Now, there's an easy way. So Kamlesh, so Kamlesh says keeps hydrated, but Kamlesh, don't jump ahead. Remember that when you're talking about an object, you should follow this structure. So you should go with appearance, okay, origin, function, and value. Okay, so keep this in mind. So this should actually be a 1, 2, 3, 4 in your brain. Okay? Practice this, and your notes and your response, Kamlesh, will be a lot more organized. And I think Shang Hung, if I saw that correctly, just said that. So something about its appearance. Okay? So let's go appearance first, and then Zainab, where you bought it or where you got it, who gave it to you. Okay? So tell me about its appearance. Visualize your water bottle, okay, and then talk about it. Preeti, don't jump ahead yet to your first sentence. That's your very last 5, 6 seconds of your 1 minute preparation time, okay? Follow structure, students. Structure and organization is key to success. Don't forget your key to success at home, okay? Yvonne would agree with that, all right? So, okay, so first note, what could your first note look like? Just give me some ideas. Okay, this is what I would do. So let's hope that you kind of agree with me here. So that would be my very first note. Okay. All right, so Amarjeet says it's stainless steel. Sure. I went with aluminum, but stainless steel, that works as well. Okay, yours would be a little bit heavier than mine. Okay. So Shang Hung says water bottle is about 25 centimeters tall. Okay, that works too. I'm going to go a little taller. Let's do 25. Sure. Good. Okay, so Preeti says Milton Company. Amarawati says mineral water. Mineral water, Amar, is the contents, but here it's your actual bottle, right? Yeah, so Preeti, good. So Preeti says 1.5 liter capacity. Know that we're on the same page, Preeti, so I put 1 liter, okay? So I wouldn't write the word capacity, Amarjeet or Preeti. I would just write 1 liter because that's going to be clear, okay? And that's what I'm going to start with more or less anyway. So I wouldn't, that word I would just add in my speaking. Remember, you just have 1 minute, so be really efficient with your notes. 1 liter blue aluminum, 25 centimeters. Even the tall is unnecessary. Okay, good. What's my next note? So what would be my next note? Okay, give me some notes. Let's see. I'm going to keep going with the notes here so we can really get into the full 2-minute response today. But let's see if your notes match with mine, and we'll combine them if you give me some ideas that I don't have. So I might write something like that for my next one. So sporting goods store last year, $10. Again, remember, students, for the first couple, so for the appearance and the origin, that's not the majority of your response. So you don't want to spend too much time on these notes. So don't, if you mention that it's a Japanese brand, fine, but don't waste too much time on 1 and 2, because most of your focus has to be on 3 and 4, your function and value, right? Of course, you have to keep in mind the original question, right? So what is it? That's the appearance. When and where did you get it? Okay, I just said that, sporting goods store last year. What do you use it for? Why do you take it with you, and how do you feel when you leave it at home? So these are the 2 most important questions. Okay, so when you are in the exam and you have that 2 minutes, as I've mentioned before, this is roughly 15 seconds. This is roughly 15 seconds, and this is usually the way it is for all of the cue cards. This is where it becomes more interesting. So this is where it's like 30 to 45 seconds. And this last one here is 30 to 45 seconds. So that's how, if you really want to separate, how much time and attention you should give to each of these questions on the card, that's roughly how you should think about it. And of course, always pay attention to all the questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions on that card. Okay? So don't waste too much time on here. Focus on these points. Okay? And this is, of course, going to be the function and the value for you. Okay? So what do you use it for? Clearly, that's function. Why do you take it with you, and how do you feel when you leave it at home? That's also function, and that's value. Right? I hope that's clear. All right? Any questions about what I just did, members? Anything that's not clear? Okay, so Shang Hung says easy to clean. Perhaps Shang Hung, so maybe I would write easy to clean here. Okay, but I would definitely have some more notes before that, Shang Hung. So Shang Hung says keep the temperature for both warm and cold for hours. Okay, so yeah, so coffee, tea, water. So it's kind of sounding more like a thermos. Careful about that, but it could still be a water bottle, sure. So it could be a special kind of water bottle that kind of works like a thermos. A thermos is the more specific word for that bottle that's meant to keep liquids hot and cold. It's called a thermos, Shang Hung. So yeah, keeps them hot and cold. But again, the function, so why do you take it with you, right? So think about the card as you're taking your notes as well. Okay. So what do you use it for? What do you use it for? Amarjit says it has a good cover, doesn't leak, right? So what do I use it for? Mostly water, sometimes tea, juice. Okay. Shang Hung, so you're saying environment, don't use plastic bottle. I would just do this. Enviro, you should remember. So again, minimize your notes. Environment, keeps the temperature warm, doesn't leak. Okay. So environment, Shang Hung, is probably coming up on the last question, which is, how do you feel when you leave it at home? Maybe you feel really bad because you pollute more. You have to buy disposable plastic water bottles. Okay. But again, go step by step. So remember your structure. I think one of you said this earlier. Keep hydrated. Okay, good. We have lots of notes there. That's about all the time you have for notes. Okay, bad thirsty. I would probably add that before my first sentence. So now all of you know that the next step is to prepare your first sentence. So before your 1 minute is up, this is a very important step, viewers. Most of our members know this. So step 5 is think of your first sentence in the last 5 to 10 seconds of your preparation time. Okay, so the first sentence here would be, okay, an item that I always make sure to take with me when I leave home is my blue water bottle. So right away answering the question very directly. Okay? So again, let's take a look at the question while you're thinking of those first sentences. Talk about an item you often have with you when you leave home. What is it? When and where did you get it? What do you use it for? Why do you take it with you? And how do you feel when you leave it at home? So that's your question. Okay. Step 1 is 3 seconds. No more. Okay. Step 2 is 2 seconds. You should be able to figure out if it's a person, place, or an object. You only spent 5 seconds so far. Okay, this one, figuring out what you're going to talk about, you can spend as much as 10 to 15 seconds on this. Okay, so step 3, take your time. 10 to 15 seconds. All right, it's very important that you choose wisely what you will talk about. In our case, water bottle. Okay, then your notes. So far we've used, let's say, maximum 20 seconds. So then your notes can be about 35 seconds. Once you have a good topic, a good answer, 35 seconds is a lot of time to write down a few good ideas. And then, of course, this is your last one here, the step 5. It's about 5 to 10 seconds. That's your 1 minute. Okay? Amar Wadi says, one of the important objects is my water bottle. Now, Amar, remember in your first sentence to include your controlling idea. So, Amar, think about this. An item you often have with you when you leave home. So your first sentence, Amar, should be one of the important objects I frequently take with me when I leave my house is my water bottle. Okay? Amarjeet says, I likely take my water bottle with me whenever I leave home. Amarjeet, it's when I leave home is okay. I would go with whenever I leave home. All right? Kamlesh is asking, should we say a general sentence first? No, Kamlesh. Absolutely not. I have to do the English teacher big X on that, Kamlesh. No, never say a sentence like, there are a lot of objects I take with me when I leave home. The object that is most precious to me is my water bottle. No, Kamlesh, don't do that. It's wasting time, and you can use that time to express much more specific ideas that get you higher band scores. Okay? So, Kamlesh, your first sentence should be a specific answer right away to that question. Okay? You'll do much better. You'll get a much better band score. All right, Preeti says, an item which I always carry when I'm outside the home is my water bottle. Okay, it's my water, especially a water bottle, Preeti, because we drink from it, so we don't even share it with others, right? So is my water bottle. So Xiang Hung says, every time I take my white water bottle with me when I leave home. Okay, that's good. So a lot of different ways to say it. Good for you. All right, let's go to the next sentence. So here are the notes. Okay, 1 liter, blue aluminum, 25 centimeters. Write your next sentence. I'm going to do that as well. So Okay, so there is my next sentence or a couple sentences. And all I'm doing here is I'm looking at my notes, looking at the card, looking at the examiner, and I'm going step by step. So 1 liter blue aluminum, I forgot the 25 centimeters. I might come back to that. If I don't, it's okay. Sporting goods store last year for $10. So I'm putting it all together. Do it as well, members. So I want to see your sentences. Okay, I want to see you describe your water bottle. So this is a quality water bottle with a 1 liter capacity, and it is made mostly of aluminum. I got it last year at a sporting goods store for around $10, if I remember correctly. So Kamlesh says the bottle can contain 1 liter of liquid. It is made of aluminum and has blue color. Okay, good. Now, I already said blue color in my first sentence there, Kamlesh, so I didn't repeat it. But if you haven't yet, it's fine. Shanghung says, I bought it 2 years ago in the department store when I saw the news that said 1 million ton of plastic bottles is wasted every year. Okay, Shanghung, good. So you're explaining when you bought it, where you bought it, and why you bought it. Very good. All in one sentence. It's beautiful cohesion and fluency, Shanghung. Nice job. Okay, keep it up. Again, Shanghung, remember, describe what it looks like. If you have a little bit of variance, like if you go, so you don't have to, okay, in the exam, you don't have to answer these in order. You can get a band 9 even if you do not answer the questions on the card in order. So if you talk about when and where you got it, so before you talk about what it is exactly, describing it, that's okay. Just make sure that it's clear what you're saying. Okay? Amarjeet said it is made of, not by, Amarjeet, it is made of stainless steel and it contains 1 liter capacity. And it is 1 liter capacity to carry water or some other liquids, right, Amarjeet? So one more time, Amarjeet. It is made of stainless steel and has a 1 liter capacity for water or some other liquids. Okay, good. Keep going, members. Keep adding your sentences together. Okay, so here are my notes. Mostly water, sometimes tea or juice. Okay, so now I'm going to take those words, create some more sentences, make some connections. Okay. On most days, when I leave for my office at 9 a.m., I fill my bottle with mineral water. However, on some days, I fill it with apple juice or tea, especially if I'm low on energy or have a cold. All right, so how did I just do that, members? How did I just suddenly take that information of mostly water, sometimes tea, juice, and how did I just suddenly turn that into this sentence? On most days when I leave for my office at 9 a.m., I fill my bottle with mineral water. However, on some days, I fill it with apple juice or tea, especially if I'm low on energy or feeling under the weather, or if I have a cold. I thought I'd teach you an idiom there as well. Feeling under the weather means you're feeling sick. You have the cold or the sniffles. So how did I do that? How did I take just a few words and turn it into 15 seconds of speech? Okay, while you're thinking about that, I'll read a couple more comments that have come up. Amar says, it is not only very light to carry, but also I use it to put another liquid into it when it's empty while I am on the road, I think is what you wanted to say, Amar. When I'm on the road, not on board. While I'm on the road. Monal says, whenever I leave home, I never forget to take my wallet. Shall I write about that? Monal, that's for homework. So that's for homework, okay? About the wallet. So same idea as what we're doing, but about the wallet, okay? Sheng Hung, yes, absolutely, I'm visualizing. So Preeti, I'm using my notes and I'm visualizing. So I'm thinking, okay, water, juice, tea. So I picture myself with my water bottle. I picture filling it up with water, but personally, I don't like tap water. It's just my thing. So what do I actually fill it up with? With mineral water. Okay, maybe from a big balloon or from a larger container. Mineral water, okay? Or maybe for some of you, it's going to be filtered water or glacier water, depending on where you live. But immediately, you're coloring, you're creating more detail, right? Now, I also said juice and tea. Okay, so I pour juice and tea. So I visualize. Now, if I see myself pouring juice into my water bottle, I don't just see a blank juice bottle. Okay, so I don't just see a blank juice bottle, but at least I see an apple on the side of that juice bottle. So I know that I'm pouring apple juice into my water bottle. Okay, so adding in that detail. Now, why would I take apple juice with me instead of water? Well, maybe I'm feeling low on energy. Apple juice has got a bit of sugar. It's got a bit of a kick. So I'm going to take apple juice, right? So you're right, Sheng Hung. I use visualization. I see myself. I'm focusing on myself, not the examiner's facial expression and not the spots on the wall and not what happened yesterday or what will happen tomorrow. But I'm focusing on visualizing this information. Okay. All right. And then continuing, of course, visualizing tea. When do I take tea? Well, maybe when I have a cold. I'm feeling under the weather. All right. Let's keep going. So keep writing, members. Keep putting your notes together. So what can we write next? All right. So far, we have used this. Keep hydrated, doesn't leak, keeps the temperature, environmentally friendly, easy to clean, bad and thirsty. We haven't used those. So just start writing sentences now, members, using these notes. Okay? And I will correct them, and I will tell you if I agree or disagree with their organization. Okay? It's kind of a free-for-all at this point, so you could use any one of these notes going on from here. If I see some good sentences, I'll add them to mine, and I'll read what I have so far. An item that I always make sure to take with me when I leave home is my blue water bottle. This is a quality water bottle with a 1 liter capacity, and it's made mostly of aluminum. I got it last year at a sporting goods store for around $10, if I remember correctly. On most days, when I leave for my office at 9 a.m., I fill my bottle with mineral water. However, on some days, I fill it with apple juice or tea, especially if I'm low on energy or feeling under the weather. Preeti says, I use a water bottle every day when I go to the gym. I fill it with a protein shake for energy. Also, this past month, I have been taking my water bottle with me to the gym, and instead of water, I'm filling it with protein shakes to help build muscle mass. Sure. All right. Thank you for that idea, Preeti. and boost energy. Yeah, it's another good suggestion. Pretty good. All right, Amar says, when I feel thirsty, of course, I use my water bottle to make sure that I stay hydrated and energetic. Okay, just a second, students. I'll get you back on camera here. I'll give you a couple more seconds to think of some more great sentences to include. Those are good ones, so keep going. I'll build off of your sentences and give them a little bit more, perhaps, of a natural tone. Maybe some new vocabulary for you to take away from the class. Okay. All right. So, very good. The most important function of having my bottle with me wherever I go is to stay hydrated and energetic. Very good. Okay. So you stay hydrated, you stay healthy. Okay, I'm definitely not done yet. I'm still waiting for a few more sentences. So enviro, bad, thirsty, I would use those ones. Okay, so careful. We don't want to go over the 2 minutes without answering the last question. So I would switch to that now. Okay. Shang Hung says, sometimes when I go outside, it's tough for me to keep hydrated. Not only does it help quench my thirst. Okay, the word is quench. Oh boy, I have no idea how I'm going to spell that for you, but I'll try. Okay. So, it helps to quench, yeah, there we go, my thirst. It's got a funky spelling. Quench my thirst. Another way to say this, quell my thirst. So that's when you're thirsty, you drink something and it quenches your thirst. Okay, quench my thirst. So it helps to quench my thirst. And if I leave it at home, I find myself thirsty and dehydrated. Okay, so some more responses there. Not only that, but I also feel bad for the environment because every time I forget my water bottle, I resort to buying disposable plastic bottles, which are bad for the environment because they pollute. Okay. So, having said this, I certainly try to pay attention to having my water bottle with me if I go out. Okay? So there we go. That's roughly 1.5 to 2 minutes, depending on your fluency. Let's go from the top, students. Let's read it together. So you get the ideas now, and you've done a really, really good job. I know there's some new vocab in there for you as well. Let's read and repeat together, okay? So let's practice our speaking. So one more time, check the card, make sure we satisfy the task completion, meaning we answer all of the questions. So talk about an item you often have with you when you leave home. What is it? When and where did you get it? What do you use it for? Why do you take it with you? And how do you feel when you leave it at home? Here we go. An item that I always make sure to take with me when I leave home is my blue water bottle. This is a quality bottle with a 1 liter capacity, and it is made mostly of aluminum. I got it last year at a sporting goods store for around $10, if I remember correctly. On most days, when I leave for my office at 9 a.m., I fill my bottle with mineral water. However, on some days, I fill it with apple juice or tea, especially if I'm low on energy or feeling under the weather. Also, this past month, I've been taking my water bottle with me to the gym, and instead of water, I'm filling it with protein shakes to help build muscle mass and boost energy. Fortunately, the bottle is very easy to clean, so there's no problem putting these shakes in it. The most important function of having my bottle with me wherever I go is to stay hydrated and energetic. It helps to quench my thirst, and if I leave it at home, I find myself thirsty and dehydrated. Not only that, but I also feel bad for the environment because every time I forget my water bottle, I resort to buying disposable plastic bottles, which are bad for the environment because they pollute. So having said this, I certainly try to pay attention to having my water bottle with me if I go out. All right, members, you've done a fantastic job this class. Preeti says, whenever I forget it at home, I feel quite awful, and I also feel dehydrated and lazy. Good, Preeti. Manal says, my water bottle is a fine quality, so it doesn't leak under any condition. And even if I fill it with hot drinks like tea or coffee in cold weather, it holds its own. All right, Manal, good job. Students, that's it for this class. Seal it with a sneeze. Maybe I should put some tea in my water bottle. All right. That is it for this class. You've done a fantastic job. Remember your homework. Try the same question, the same cue card question with wallet. So your wallet. Okay, that's another good choice. Thank you, Omar. For everybody who's watching, we have another class coming up in 30 minutes, Speaking Part 3. That Speaking Part 3 will be connected to this Part 2 cue card, so make sure to join if you have time. Check us out on our websites, aehelp.com. That's for academic IELTS. That's this blue background here. Click that red button to join our premium package. Spend a couple dollars, save a lot of energy, time, and money. For general IELTS, join our gieltshelp.com website. Again, be smart, spend a few dollars for quality structured materials. Click that red button, join there, and let us help you on your road to IELTS success. That's it for now, students. See you in 30 minutes for Speaking Part 3 strategies and practice. Bye for now.